Go live first to Kisumu County, where our very own Okusa is. Okusa, earlier on at 7 p.m., we did see some of the traders within Kisumu city still out there doing business. Have they gone back home to be counted?
Well, Edmond, what is happening now, actually, just from that particular place, Oile Market, and the hawkers there have cleared the streets after that moment when we were there to get their views regarding the census process, which was already underway. And as we speak now, most of the streets actually have cleared. And where we are right now is Nyalenda Estate, where the enumerators hit the ground running as early as 6. And as you can see right here, Rachel Awino says she has already visited at least 5 households since this process began. As you can, what is emerging actually is that it is a time-consuming exercise. We are talking of about 20 to 30 minutes per household. But then another challenge that has just emerged here is what you can see is that here the couple, that is Vincent Otieno and Bella Awur, suffer from both visual and speech impairment, and that is one of the challenges that the enumerators here have to deal with. And Rachel says that she's likely to take more time in this particular household because she has to write down the questions for the couple to also respond by writing. So you can actually tell that there's a serious challenge here. She says actually that she didn't foresee such a challenge when they were being taken through this process during their training sessions. Let me just hear from her briefly what has happened so far. Rachel.
Okay, yes. It's not a tiresome experience actually, because when I came to pre-list the households, I found her, but with the help of the neighbors, I was able to pre-list. Okay. So I kind of I saw it coming at least, yeah. Okay. So it's my job. I have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think it might consume a lot of your time?
Yeah, obviously it will consume a lot of time, but yeah, I'll just have to deal with it.
And do you think that eventually you'll manage to get the information you're looking for?
Yes, I will. I'm going on well with this exercise.
Okay.
Yes.
So you spoke about
from them.
Okay, you spoke about 5 households in 6. How many households do you anticipate you'll manage to cover before the expiry of the deadline?
I think tonight. I think I'll be able to capture a very good number of households. Yeah, because people are answering questions really well. Yeah, so I'll be able to do that.
Were you given any targets of households to cover before 6 a.m.? Is that the time you're supposed to end, by the way?
6 a.m.? I'm not so sure about that.
What time are you closing tonight?
Probably at 11, I think. Okay. I'm not so sure.
Oh. But were you given any targets to households to cover?
Not really.
Okay. Fine. Well, Edmond, that is Rachel, one of the enumerators working here in Nyalenda Estate. As she mentions there, she already done about 5 since 6 p.m. when this exercise kicked off. And right now she's doing her 5th, where she's encountering this particular challenge that we've mentioned there. The couple there, Vincent and Bella, not being able actually to speak. They are suffering from both speech and hearing impairment, and therefore it is sort of taking a lot of time to get the information out of them. But as I've mentioned there, this exercise so far has kicked off smoothly here in Kisumu. We have managed to visit quite a number of areas, estates, and even public places like the bus park where we were at 7, where the hawkers there were still doing their businesses. But another spot check that we've managed to conduct is on bars, which the Interior Minister, that is CS Fred Matiang'i, had ordered to be closed to give way for this exercise to proceed without any hiccups. So, and then another thing that we've also come to learn is that the security has been intensified. We've seen a lot of police presence in this area, and in fact, according to the area chief here, is that that kind of deployed officers to...
Thank you so much, Uko Kusa, live from Kisumu, giving us a sense of what the process is like. Actually mentioned some of the challenges the enumerators have had to deal with as well. It takes about 30 minutes, and he says that the enumerators there have covered about 5 households since the start of the process at 6 p.m. today. Let's cross over now to Mombasa County, where we have our very own Kevin Mutai as well, monitoring the exercise down at the coast. Kevin, as we can see, there are very clear streets. What's happening?
Well, thank you so much, Edmond, and we're joining the broadcast from Bamburi area in Mombasa County. This is one of the areas that are popularly known for drinking joints, but as we got here from as early as 7, we were told that all the bars remained closed from that particular time following the directive of the government, and the only few places that are open are only the eateries and restaurants. As you can see, this particular one here, the only 2 I can see from where I'm standing right now, but this one is because those people who are flocking, or those who are inside are actually following, those are football fans following what is happening between the match between Liverpool and Arsenal. And this is one of the areas that, of course, police here in the region have intensified security. We have a total of 4,293 enumerators, with each one of them allocated the local administrators to be taking them around with, of course, security personnel. These are some of the areas that we are told that at least there's a huge deployment of security officers to ensure that the exercise will begin and end smoothly. But so far we've not received any, we've not heard of any challenges. We're told that the people conducting the enumeration exercise are going on well, with the exercise taking a maximum of between 20 to 30 minutes. But let me quickly engage one of the residents of this particular region to just give us his sights of what he's expecting from this exercise of, or rather the census. Kwanza jitambulishe kwa majina, waitwa nani, halafu tueleze umehesabiwa.
Majina, kwa majina naitwa Salim Yusuf, ni mkazi wa Bamburi. Zoezi la kuhesabiwa limeanza na wamekuja hapa hotelini, ni kituo cha basi pia, baska wamehesabu wale wasafiri ambao wanasafiri, na wamerudi kwa mara ya pili. Walikuwa saa 1 wakarudi kwa mara ya pili saa 3 kuhesabu mara ya pili, kwa sababu basi ni 2, kuna ya kwenda Nakuru saa 1 na kuna ya kwenda Nairobi saa 3.
Na je, wewe mwenyewe ama wale mnaofanya kazi nao pamoja?
Kevin Mutai speaking to one of the residents from Bamburi, he said, in Mombasa County as well, just getting a feeling or an understanding of what the exercise is like down there. This happening, of course, after that order by the Interior CS, Fred Matiang'i, that all entertainment sports bars should be closed for this exercise to go on. But we did see some residents of that county just enjoying a football match going on right now between Arsenal and Liverpool as well. So you can't keep them down. If they have been counted, we believe they have been counted, or if not, they should be going back home in a short while to be counted and participate in this exercise. Let's cross over to Migori County, where we have Bernard Ojuang in Rongo Town within that county, also looking at what's happening. Bernard, we can see so many vehicles there, but no people.
Well, thank you very much, Edmond. Just as you have said, we are here in Rongo Town. What I can tell you, Migori County covers an area of 2,597 kilometers square, and that is what the officers are currently covering. And of course, what I can tell you currently, early in the day, we saw police or security personnel moving each and everywhere, telling people to close up their businesses so as at least to go home and participate in this process. And as you can see, these are some of the vehicles moving here. They are heading to Nairobi, and also the people you are seeing walking behind me over there, they have just alighted and they are heading home. What I can tell you currently, police officers are all over in the town. They are telling people to move away, move out of the town, and so that they go home, participate in this process. And just to let you know, Migori County has a population of 917,170, and with the 8 constituency, and if I can tell you, we have 40 wards. And currently I'm just going to speak to some of the locals here, just to join me here. Have you participated in this process?
Yes, we are here to participate in this process of census. The people who are responsible were just moving around throughout the day. They were telling people to avail themselves in particular houses, in their respective houses, so that they can be counted.
Yeah.
Yes.
So are you ready for the process? Because I'm still seeing you moving around town.
Yeah, I'm ready for the process right now to be counted as one of the Kenyan citizens. Yes.
Well, thank you. I'll speak to another person joining me here. I can see you are in uko hapa town. Ushahesabiwa?
Yeah, in fact mimi nimehesabiwa leo. Process is so easy. Na pia ni wamekuja around because wana move around. Yeah, because jana nasikia process ilianza jana. Na leo ndio wamenivisit because jana hawakunipata, nilikuwa at work. Yes, I'm currently in Rongo. Now I'm proud to be counted as a Kenyan. Yeah, any other issues sijaona because in terms of security, police are moving around here, telling people to go home and be counted. Yeah, but we are fine, thank you.
You're saying that you've participated. How has been the process?
Yeah, it's so easy. Unaulizwa tu your name and some few questions, then it's just like that, then you are done. I know any other thing.
Well, thank you. I'll speak to the last person here joining me. I can see you in town. Is like, have you participated in the process?
Like me right now, I just closed my job right now. I want to rush home and be counted right now. Yeah.
What are your expectations? What do you expect?
My expectation is just I want to be counted as Kenyan citizen, and I'm really proud to be participating in that census, so that if the budget can be through, if this process can be through, the budget can be easier to our country. Yeah.
Nam, asante sana. You want to talk? Have you participated in the process? Because I'm seeing you are moving around.
Not yet. I've not participated, but I'm expecting. I've not participated today, but I'm expecting tomorrow, if possible, I'll be counted as a Kenyan citizen. I'm proud of our Kenya because they want to know our number in Kenya, but we would like to tell the government that they have to look on us so that they support us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Edmond, you've just heard from Rongo town residents. They are saying, some of them are saying that they have just alighted and they are heading home so that they participate in this process. Some of them are saying that they, in case they will not participate, they'll get that time tomorrow. And the officers are welcome. And remember, as I told you, this is a county that has a population of 917,170, and people are really waiting. Everything is in order. The security officers are moving around. All bars have been closed, and they are telling bar owners at least to comply with the orders that had been put in place so that those Kenyans are counted. Back to you, Edmond.
Thank you so much. Bernardo Juang, live from Rongo in Migori County. We did see him speaking to some of the residents there who are yet to be counted. They are still out in the streets, perhaps leaving in the next few minutes to go back home to be counted. One of them actually said he will participate in the exercise from tomorrow. This exercise, of course, going on up until the 31st of this month. But the census night officially is 24th. That's tonight, began at 6 p.m. all the way up to about 10 p.m. But Kenyans, in their usual style, have not missed a chance to make some jokes and memes about this exercise. And as you can see here, because they were ordered to close the bars and entertainment spots, so they're not able to watch these football matches. So one of them said, hakuna difference here. Arsenal na bar leo zote zitafungwa tu. Perhaps very, very true, because at halftime, Arsenal were actually trailing Liverpool by a goal to nil. And so, well, most of them think their time is not that wasted, at least for them. Let's move on to some more of our correspondents. And we have Bridget Ngana live from Nakuru County. You can see from the back, actually, that there are no people on the streets today. Bridget, really, what's the exercise looking like in Nakuru County?
Well, Edmond, it has started here in Nakuru County, and we began our rounds of the census here at the Nakuru Level 5 hospital. But what we did realize that we did have a lot of difficulty accessing the wards, as much as this is a public exercise. But here in Nakuru, it is somewhat of a private exercise, according to the census officials here. They say they did take an oath of secrecy, and so we are not allowed to even see how they're conducting the exercise. But at the hospital, those who are sick will get to be counted, among other Kenyans in this county. But to begin this story from Nakuru is that the former president, Daniel Moi, was also among the first people who has been counted by the census officials. The county commissioner, Erastus Moi, led the delegation that did count the former head of state at his Kabarak home, and he was joined by his son, who is also the Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. That was happening earlier on in the day, just at the beginning of the exercise. But today we are also outside one of the most popular entertainment joints here in Nakuru town. It's known as Sebs, but as at now it's a dead town. There is no activity. There are no cars. This street is usually full of people, full of tuk-tuks, full of people just coming in and out of this entertainment joint. But we do understand that the operators did heed to the directive by the Minister of Interior, Fred Matiang'i, to avoid or opening their establishments during this special or this important day for this country. And so this street is empty. Kenyatta Avenue is also one of the busiest streets in Kenya. It is also empty, and this is just a sign that Kenyans are heeding to this directive by the Minister of Interior and also taking to heart the importance of this exercise, that they're being counted. Nakuru County, as of 2009, had about more than 1 million residents, and this is somewhat to change after this exercise. We do expect that this is also going to have an impact on the resources that are going to be given to the counties, also in helping the government in terms of planning and also the subdivision of revenue to the counties. But today, as I had mentioned earlier on, the former president Daniel Moi was among the first residents of Nakuru County to be counted, and he was registered, or he was taken in as a member of Nakuru County by the census officials at his Kabarak home. His son, who is also the Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, was present during this exercise, and it shows that he is also among the Kenyans who are taking part in this important exercise for this county and for this country in totality. But here in Nakuru County, the exercise is going on. The county commissioner said there's nothing to report that has been maybe prevented those officials from doing their work. But in Nakuru, the specialty is that the census officials say they've taken an oath of secrecy, and so we will not be able to see them do their work as much as they're visiting homes. And this is somewhat unique because they are saying and insisting that we do need special permission from the committee that is overseeing this exercise to give us that permission or right to see them do their work. But we do believe it is going on all over this county that has 11 sub-counties. Edmond.
Bridget, a lot of viewers actually asking when we will be counted as journalists. What are you going to be doing after this? Are you going back home to participate in the census, perhaps?
I do believe I will be home in a few moments, so I do think that they need not worry. But also an observation that we've made, Edmond, is that the night guards or the security guards who are manning these establishments are also saying that they have not seen any census official come to them and also ask them if they're going to be counted. But we do believe, because it has been extended to tomorrow, so between today and tomorrow, maybe I will hopefully be counted. But after this, viewers, I'm heading home, and maybe I will be counted as the rest of the country.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bridget Ngana, live from Nakuru County, did talk about the former president Daniel Toroitich arap Moi and his son, who is also the Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, being counted at their Kabarak home as well. She is now leaving to go home to be counted as well and participate in this exercise with the rest of the Kenyans. From Nakuru County, we want to go to Nyeri County. Melita Ole Tengeis, you must be alone in Nyeri town today.
Edmond, I am not alone in Nyeri County. Officials from KNBS are leaving no stone unturned as the exercise kicked off here in Nyeri at 5 p.m. in the evening, of course, being launched by the County Commissioner of Nyeri, David Kipkemei. And right here where I'm standing, I am at the official residence of Cabinet Secretary for ICT, Joe Musheru, and I'm going to just interview him on the sentiments of the whole process. And we just stormed his interview at the moment, and just due to the confidentiality, we're just going to do a brief interview. Thank you so much, CS, for joining us. Probably Kenyans want to know perhaps why you chose to be counted here in Nyeri.
It's home, so it's good to be at home. It's the weekend, nice environment. It's a place I come and relax. So yeah, that's why.
Probably what can you say about the whole exercise? I know we've cut you short, but so far, how has it been?
So far it's good. I think the details of the questions, I was aware of some of the things that we need to get, but you know, for government, for us to be able to plan and plan well and to be able to have all the information, we need the census to happen. For businesses to know how many Kenyans are there, what they can do with them, all that information is very important. If you can imagine that the data we've been using is of 2009, it's too old. A lot has happened, a lot has changed, and so we need to now start working on real-time data. The census is going to help us now have data that allows us to be able to move forward, and eventually if you combine it now even with the Huduma number, then we'll be able to have updated data and information all the way through as we plan and as we move forward. Then we can be like other developed countries in the world.
Thank you so much, CS, for your sentiments. And of course, Edmond, also to notice that in the last census, Nyeri had a population of about 693,000, and one of those people who have been counted today, in fact, is the former president, Mwai Kibaki, and I'm going to be joined by the county commissioner, David Kipkemei, just to tell us how that process went. Maybe did the former president have any message for the citizens, perhaps?
Well, he didn't give me an official message, but he was the first person to be counted in this county, and him and his family has been counted. We have also done the governor has been counted, and our CS is the third VIP to be counted in this county. Yeah.
Perhaps about the security situation, we've seen police officers also just moving through the town, asking people to go home and be counted. How has that been going on, and how is the process so far across the country, across the county? Yeah,
the process is good. We have closed a few bars this evening. We have deployed 1,600 security personnel, both and accompanying the enumerators and others in patrol across the county. So I think we are very good.
Thank you so much, County Commissioner. Of course, there are about 2,775 enumerators in Nyeri County. Of course, we've been able to walk through the town. Earlier on, we were at the residence of Governor Mutahi Kahiga, and also he was just urging residents to cooperate with the enumerators who are conducting this exercise. And across the streets in Nyeri, the streets were clear very early today. People went home very early. Businesses were closed as they were looking forward, anticipating for this whole exercise. And we can be able to confirm that indeed we have been to a number of households, and the process is going on quite swiftly. There has been no complications so far here in Nyeri, and for that, that is why we are keeping tabs on this matter. And of course, we're going to, of course, inform our viewers everything as it unfolds. But for me, here in Chaka, Nyeri County, over to you, Edmond, in studio.
ICT CS Joe Musheru there, answering the call of perhaps politicians who want the residents of their counties to go back to their specific counties to be counted there. He does live in Nairobi, of course. He works here. And so he decided to go back to Nyeri County to be counted there as well. So many Kenyans have actually done that. And so many Kenyans have been talking about this through memes and some funny tweets and all manner of things. And let's have a look at this. Kidogo kidogo Matiang'i aseme ukihesabiwa unaenda bao uone vile watu watajitokeza. So you see that's actually a line there, very long queue there of Kenyans after being counted, perhaps according to that joke. The second one, Matiang'i alisema baa zifungwe, hakuna mahali, alisema hatuwezi fungiwa ndani. And the image they have there of one very popular and funny Governor John Lonyangapuo as well. So you see, Kenyans actually took this joke too far. And speaking of bars and drinking, by the way, Leila Mohammed is somewhere within the capital city here. Leila, a very popular spot right behind you. I know that place, but it's really quiet today.
Well, first things first, Nyabola, let's get this out of the way. After 95 minutes of play, the Kings of Europe have reigned supreme again, beating the Gunners 3-1 after 95 minutes of a tough competition that most Kenyans would have loved to watch at their favorite spots, like those ones behind me, which are currently closed. This is because of a directive by the CS Interior, Fred Matiang'i, to have such entertainment spots like the bar within this particular area of the CBD to be closed to allow for people to be counted in the census. Now this is a very busy part of Nairobi on a Saturday evening at around 9:30, but the place is like a dead area, Edmond. Nobody is here. The clubs have said that according to what the CS had said earlier, being patriotic and just allowing Kenyans to be able to go and be counted. But then again, many Kenyans wanted to follow that game between Liverpool and Arsenal. But then, according to Colonel retired Sarah Saguna, he was saying that as much as they would have loved to watch this game, then patriotism should reign supreme over other areas. But then again, there are so many other eateries across here. There's the Java, there's the Kilimanjaro, there's so many places where people come to eat so many times at this hour of the evening. But then again, all these places have been closed. Even Kimathi Street usually is a buzz with activity. There are some vehicles that are around here, people walking around. So the place is a bit quiet. You would think maybe it's really late in the evening or much earlier in the morning. So probably Kenyans are at home and waiting for those enumerators from the KNBS to come and be counted. But for those who were not able to stream live, Liverpool has won 3-1. And for those who have watched it at home, then they must have caught all the action as it was going on. But for those who wanted to watch this in their favorite spots as they take their drink, then most that are within the CBD have been closed until maybe Monday. That's when they will pick up business as usual. But for now, it's a bit chilly out here. There was a bit of drizzle earlier in the evening, so probably some of us who are here, we will wrap up and ensure that we go home to ensure that we are also counted in this year's census, Edmund.
Leila, earlier you are at the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's home in Karen, where he was being counted. What was your experience there? What was the exercise like?
Well, we were at the former Prime Minister's home pretty early. They allowed us in until when the enumerators arrived. There was a whole team from the KNBS and the Interior Ministry. The Deputy County Commissioner for Langata was also among the people who visited the compound. We were able to find the former Prime Minister and his wife in very high spirits. They were hosting guests. Today is Mama Ida Odinga's birthday, so it was a big gathering of people. His children, his friends and family were there with him. They were accepted into the home. They were taken through the paces of what was going to happen there. By the time we were leaving at around 7:30, the former Prime Minister had not finished, gone through the paces of finishing up to count everyone within his household. But he said he's urging all Kenyans to accept this as a patriotic thing because of planning for government activities. But he also acknowledged that by the time he was undertaking this process inside government as Prime Minister in 2009, that particular incident was flawed in some parts of the country. So probably we could listen in to further what he said at that meeting.
The county, sub-county, deputy county commissioner, Langata.
Idadi ya watu mwaka 2019. Labda kuna hatua ambazo tulipiga kama serikali hadi leo. Mobile device.
Is expected to be enumerated, and as a security in charge of this sub-county, that's why I've taken this opportunity to come to the Prime Minister's household, so that he can be part of that the Kenyans that are supposed to be enumerated.
Tulikuwa na kasoro hapa na pale ambayo nafikiri tutaweza kurekebisha wakati huu ili tusiwe na hitilafu tena kwa maendeleo. Tunataka kila Mkenya atambulike kisheria kama Mkenya, tuweze kutoa huduma sawa na sambamba kwa kila Mkenya kote ambaye yeye anaishi. Hiyo ndio sababu mimi naunga mkono huu juhudi kwa dhati.
So Nyabola, that is how the day has spanned out from 6 p.m. when the exercise began officially outside Nairobi CBD, where there's a buzz of activity. Usually there's a bit of silence. The rain is just coming down at this hour, and we are taking it back to you to studio for us to be able to go home and get counted.
Thank you so much, Leila Mohammed. People are actually worried about us because we will be covering this across the night, at least huge part of the night. And they think perhaps we will not be participating, but it's going on all the way up to the 31st as well. So we will all get a chance. And perhaps we are appealing to them to come to Nation Center and just wait for us to finish. And then you can count us as well. Now, Deputy President William Ruto and his family have been enumerated in the ongoing 2019 census as well at the official residence in Karen at about 7:30 p.m. this evening. Addressing the media, Ruto urged Kenyans to participate fully in the exercise, emphasizing the need for government to allocate resources equitably as policy decisions are made. Enumerators spent some private time with the DP in line with all the need to keep the information and data collected very confidential.
I hope that every Kenyan will step forward to be counted and to be enumerated and to answer whatever other questions that the enumerators will be asking as accurately as they can, realizing that it is at the core of the nation, the planning, the programs for different aspects of our development. It will help the government of Kenya to be able to plan going into the future for our education, for provision of government service, for water, electricity, education, and all the aspects.
We've had a sense of what's happening across the country in Kisumu, Mombasa, and Nakuru, as well as Nyeri counties, and here at the capital in Nairobi as well, this census night in the country as well. The president has actually called on Kenyans to come out in large numbers and participate fully in this. We have seen some people actually still walking around in some of the towns that we went to live, and we expect that perhaps they are going home right now to have themselves counted alongside their family members. Kenyans still talking about this with some funny memes, some funny tweets and all of those things. Look at this one. Mufasa says, Mbwatano kali tusisumbuane, just don't come to my house. At the gate, he has actually listed everything perhaps you need to know. Watoto ni 6, ng'ombe hakuna, paka ni 1, mbuzi 2, mbwa ni 5 kali sana, na kuku ni 1. So you have the data that you need as well. This is another one. Census people, mnaingia sangapi? Tujue sapa ni before muingie ama after. I can't pay tax and still feed the government. Wow, very hilarious tweets and memes by Kenyans there in their usual style as well. Let's take our first short break on NTV Weekend Edition on this special night. We still have plenty more for you as well, so do stay with us.